Bankole TV show. My name is Joseph Oluwadamilare Bankole, and I welcome you to my TikTok channel, my YouTube channel, my Instagram channel, or anywhere you're watching me from. You're welcome. So this evening, I will be talking about groundnut farming business. So as you already know, my channel is a channel that focuses mainly on business opportunities that individuals can venture into, whether you are unemployed, whether you're working in the government sector, the private sector, anywhere you feel you are in Nigeria or any other place across the globe, whether you are in India, you are in United States, you are in UK, you are in France, anywhere you are in the world, you can venture into groundnut farming business. Okay, so now let me take you on groundnut farming today, and let us see what we can both accomplish together. Groundnut farming in Nigeria is one of the most lucrative business. When I'm talking about lucrative business, it is highly sought after, groundnut farming in the country, because when you look at groundnut farming, you begin to see just beyond the money making aspect of it. You look at something that you are going into primarily to provide food for other people to consume. There are a lot of challenges right now in Africa, in Nigeria. The price of commodities are going high. A lot of people cannot really feed as they ought to, just because cost of things are going extremely high. And one of the major reasons why things are going this high is because people refuse to farm. So I will be taking you through the journey of groundnut farming, and let us see what we can both accomplish. I'll be with you in a moment. Don't go anywhere. Welcome. Sorry that I took some time. Okay. Yeah, so we are back. Yeah. Now let's go into groundnut farming. Like I said before, my names are Joseph Oluwadamilare Bankole. You can go check out my YouTube channel. What I do mostly is talk about business opportunities in my YouTube channel. And today I'm just holding a live session about groundnut farming. I want us to see what we can both see as the benefit of going into groundnut business. Okay, so let me quickly introduce you to my organization. The name of our company is Sonerin Group Network. What we are focused mainly is about youth and women empowerment. If you look at the business sector today, it is the workforce you're talking about is comprised mainly of youth. And when it comes to small and medium scale enterprises, you're looking at an industry that is highly congested with women. So if you put these two together, you now see that both the youth and the women are predominantly the ones that hold the economy of any nation, and Nigeria is not an exception. So basically, Sonerin Group Network is focused on youth and women empowerment. Okay, so let's go into the topic of today, which is groundnut farming in Nigeria. So groundnut farming in Nigeria is one of the most lucrative businesses in the country because the demand for groundnut is so high, and some people even make groundnut soup. Yes, some people make groundnut soup. So the demand for groundnut is quite high. But we are not just going into groundnut farming today. because we want to look into the money making aspect of it, we are also considering the fact that people need to eat. Whatever you eat every day, in your house, in the restaurant, anywhere you are, parties, hotel, just have the mindset that somebody actually did the cultivation of that crop that became a food substance you are eating. So why not go into something of such by considering our investment opportunity in groundnut farming? You are not just going to be making money at the end of the day, which is the general objective of every entrepreneur or investor, so to say. You are also looking at the humanity aspect. What are you doing to contribute to life on earth? What are you doing to contribute to life on earth? That is very important for you to always take note of. Don't go about chasing money every day and not remember to give back to the whole world. So we are looking into groundnut farming today. If you can join this investment program, that will be awesome. Anywhere you are in the world, you are free to join, and we'll make it a very wonderful ride together. So back to the business of the day. Groundnut farming, like I said, is a very lucrative business in Nigeria, and demand for groundnut is high. The demand for groundnut is high. Groundnut is a nutritious nut of food, so to say. Some people make it as soup, and it's also a good source of protein for both animals and human beings. If you know, where there is also something that is called groundnut oil. Groundnut also have ability to produce oil and things like that. So groundnut can be processed in various ways depending on the product one wants to derive from it. The nut can be boiled, fried, roasted, all manner of things, or it can even be eaten raw. So some people take it raw, so it can be eaten with other meals. The nut from groundnut is a good source of cooking oil. I said that before. Groundnut oil itself is a very good source of cooking oil. The nut can also be crushed after local cake, and in Nigeria here we call it kuli. What this means is that when you harvest the groundnut, you press it and you extract the oil. The shaft can also become an edible substance. We call it kuli. It's just like a local snacks people take here, both adults and young. Everybody take it. I've taken it many times. So yeah, and it's also used as a food supplement for livestock, for those people that are producing chicken feed or something like catfish or fish feeds, so things like that. Interestingly, groundnut can be cultivated in a wide range of environment, a very wide range of environment. And however, groundnut is mainly planted in the northern part of Nigeria. I'm in the north right now. I've seen what is happening here, so I'm asking you come join groundnut farming. It's a wonderful business opportunity. Anyone can go into any day at any time. Okay, so in places like Kano, Kaduna, Adamawa, Borno, Taraba, Bauchi, etc., all these places you have groundnut being planted, because groundnut tends to do well in the arid area or semi-arid regions. So that is just for groundnut farming. So groundnut farming in Nigeria serves as a means of livelihood for small-scale farmers, most especially in the northern part of Nigeria. That is very important for you to know. It is very important for you to know about that. So now, what are your own expectations as regards groundnut farming? What do you think you like as a return on groundnut farming? And if there is anything you feel that is putting you off in agriculture, feel free to chat. Put your comment in the chat section or in the comment section of this video. Let us look into that together, and let's see what we can both discuss on that. Now, there are varieties of groundnut in Nigeria, There are various varieties of groundnut in Nigeria based on their yield and how they adapt to climate condition. There are early maturing varieties suitable for short rainfall season, during the period when rainfall is so small. Then there are others for longer or prolonged rainfall. So when you are planting, you must consider the variety you are planting for the best outcome. It is also important to know that the climatic condition of an area before you embark on planting. So if you are going to be planting in the West African region, you should know the climatic condition of that area. If you're planting in other area in Africa, you should also know. Then you also need to know the soil requirements for this planting. Groundnut thrives well in a well-drained sandy loamy soil with a pH of 6.5 to 7.0 with high organic matter. Now when we're talking about organic matter, we mean the surface part of the soil, we mean the manure, the chicken dung, the cow dung, all those things are organic matter, are ideal for groundnut to thrive. Groundnut requires an optimal temperature of 27 degrees to 30 degrees Celsius and 24 degrees Celsius to 27 degrees Celsius for good germination, vegetative growth and reproductive growth. An optimum annual rainfall of 450 mm to 1250 mm is required for good growth and yield. Groundnut can also be produced under irrigation and they tend to produce better pods and good further yield. Okay, so now let's go into some other aspects of groundnut as a crop. Groundnut may be planted on flat ground or ridges. You can make little ridges for it, or you can just make it on flat ground. You burrow it inside the soil, you press it, you cover it. Okay, but research has shown that planting on ridges produces higher yield compared to those planted on flat surface. Planting on ridges allows easy drainage of excess water to avoid seedbed compaction and also facilitate field optimization such as weeding and fertilizer application. But I mostly do not recommend fertilizer application because of reducing the cost of production. If you go for organic manure, it's much better than when you go for things like fertilizer. You're adding the likes of the NPK 315, be it urea, DAP, all those kind of things. It will just shoot your cost of production. There is an economics of agriculture. If you are looking at farming a particular crop, you just don't carry all those things and put. At the end of the day, you may not make any profit. So getting the planting ridges done allows easy drainage of excess water to avoid seedbed compaction and also facilitate the operation of such as weeding and fertilizer application and things like that. Now, getting the right variety of seed is also important. I said that earlier. That is very important for you to consider. When you're planting, you should know the type of seed you are planting and what are the features of the seed. What can this seed resist? Can it resist this kind of let's say insect? Can it resist this kind of disease? Can it resist this kind of, you need to know what this seed can resist. It's not just for you to go into the planting and gather everything, dump it there and just expect the groundnut to germinate as it wants to. So that is important. So getting the right variety of seed is very important because it will determine the yield to be obtained. Then also ensure that seed for cultivation are from a reputable source. You don't just go to the market side and buy your seed and dig it into the earth for it to germinate. No, it's not too ideal. But if that is what you can make use of, fine, no problem. But it's always good for you to obtain your seed from a good source. Okay, then check also the viability of the seed and its life cycle. Don't go and buy an expired seed and you'll be expecting to have the best production out of it. It is good to know the variety of seed you are planting, as that gives you the information on what to do as the planting season progress. So it is good to know the variety of seed to plant at each planting season. The early maturing varieties are more suitable for areas with shorter rainfall, while the late maturing varieties thrive well in areas with longer rainfall duration. It is also advisable to treat groundnut seed with fungicide. Very important, fungicide. You treat them with fungicide to avoid rot, and pre or post emergency damping of seedlings due to fungal attack. Okay, so you do not want your groundnut to start suffering from fungal attack from an early stage. Now, groundnut is usually planted at the onset of the rainy season. The planting space varies across varieties, but on an average 75 cm to 20 cm is okay. 75 cm by 10 cm or 50 cm by 20 cm are recommended for bunch varieties, while spreading varieties can be planted at 100 cm by 20 cm or 75 cm by 25 cm. So that is for that. Now let's talk about weed control. We all know that weed are enemies of plants or crops. You just have to deal with it. So if you are coming into agriculture and you do not consider weed, you are not going to find it funny. So now, weed control. How do you now control weed on groundnut? The weed on groundnut field can be controlled using cultural or mechanical or chemical means during the initial 6 weeks period, because the weed compete effectively with the groundnut during the first 3 to 6 weeks. There are some chemicals that you can spray on the bird on the farmland that will prevent this weed from germinating for a period of 2 weeks. Many people call them 2 weeks chemical over here in the Lord. So the first time I just heard about it, 2 weeks chemical, I was just laughing. I said, you need to be going after the active ingredient and what this chemical is supposed to fight. Don't just call it 2 weeks chemical. But anyway, I'm calling it 2 weeks chemical. So let us just call it 2 weeks chemical. Okay, so now premeditated herbicide can be applied after planting to help control the weeds effectively. I said that just now. Now, harvesting. Let's talk about harvesting. Harvesting can be done in patterns depending on how you planted it. Groundnut can be harvested either by hand to pull the entire plant, or a hoe. You use a hoe. Okay, one of my next season and next live session, maybe I'll bring a hoe for some of us that doesn't know. I got it. I need to see someone. You just hang in there. Go nowhere. I'll be right back. Go nowhere, I'm still around. All right, thank you for hanging in there. Now I'm back. So we're talking about harvesting. So groundnut can be harvested either by hand. You just pull the plant, or you use a hoe. And this can be done between 4 to 5 months after planting, or when pre-crop starts turning dark from the inside. It is recommended to harvest when 70 to 80% of the pods have matured. After harvesting, soil should be dislodged from the pod and the pods left upward for 2 to 3 days. This will allow the pods to dry faster. The groundnut is inside the pod, so it allows the pods to dry faster. So I'm going to be rounding up right now on groundnut farming, and I will be coming up in the next few minutes, maybe like 10 to 15 minutes from now, on the next session. Thank you for your time. You have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. So So what I'm talking about is groundnut farming, how you can venture into the groundnut farming business in Nigeria. Wherever you are all over the world, you can invest in groundnut farming and make it a worthwhile investment. Okay, so in the groundnut farming, I've actually given down the steps that needs to be followed when it comes to the planting of groundnut, the cultivation, the steps that needs to be followed. So all what you just need to do now is to follow us through in the aspect of the remaining training, so that you know what you can do. Get your chair. So now, groundnut farming can be harvested either by hand to pull out the plant, or a hoe can be used to dig the plant and you do your planting, and that clears the harvesting aspect of it. So you can see when it comes to planting, just the same process. With your hoe, you dig the soil, you put the seed, you cover it, you make your ridges. The same thing has to do with the harvesting. So with your hoe, you just use your hoe to bring it out. So after you've harvested it from the soil, you need to dislodge the sand from the pod. You have to lift the pod upward for 2 to 3 days to make the pod dry faster. You know, when you bring it out, there will be sand packed with the pod, with the groundnut pod. So to make it dry faster, you also need to keep it in a dry environment. Okay, not in a place where water is going to touch it. Just keep it in a dry environment. The sand becomes dry and everything will just fall off the pod. Then that will also allow the pod to dry faster and also prevent fungal growth. Then also know that harvested groundnut plants are stuck in the field for a few days to allow the pod to be air and sun dry before stripping the pod. The pods are subjected to further drying to reduce moisture, as in to reduce moisture content below 10%. After drying the pods, you can now be guaranteed that the plant, the pods or the groundnut seed can now move into your various bags or containers for your storage purpose. Now let's look at the groundnut market in Nigeria. What is the groundnut market in Nigeria like? Now, groundnut is one of the most essential raw materials in Nigeria because of the high demand for its product and byproducts. When you look into some crops or you look into cultivating some crops, it's not only cultivating for human consumption. Animals are also consuming these crops. So even if it's not for human consumption, you consider the animals, the pets we have, they need to eat something. So groundnut product itself and the byproduct is hot cake in the market. Groundnut after harvesting can be sold to individuals and to processing facilities that needs the byproduct or the product itself. So depending on what they are trying to use it for. Some of the products that are gotten or made from groundnut include groundnut cooking oil. We have the groundnut cooking oil. We have groundnuts that are roasted, boiled or dried to be eaten as snacks. A lot of people have that kind of snacks here in Nigeria. They also eat it with popcorn. So for those of you outside the country or outside Nigeria, in Nigeria here we eat groundnut with popcorn. It's a wonderful combination. It helps your thinking to be on point. Then we also take groundnut with gari. Gari is cassava flakes. We take groundnut with gari, cassava flakes. Then some of the byproduct of groundnut is called kuli. That is, after the oil in the groundnut has been pressed out, the shaft is then fried and made as a kind of snack again. We call that kuli here. So we take that also with cassava flakes, gari. Then groundnut can be processed into peanut butter. You know a lot of peanut butter you see there in various shopping malls and things like that. So groundnut can be processed into peanut butter. So you can go into the aspect of producing it as peanut butter. Groundnut can also be processed into soup form. So there is something that is known. There's a soup called groundnut soup. So I started eating groundnut soup when I got to the northern part of Nigeria. So right now, the price of groundnut in Nigeria, on the average, the price of a 100 kg bag of groundnut is between 35 to 40,000. And in the situation where there is glut, when there is glut, that means a lot of people have produced and everybody is having large quantity of groundnut at the same time. So that's what is known as glut. So during glut period, the price can drop as low as 20,000 naira, but we don't expect it to drop anything less than that. So it can be as low as 20,000 and it can be as high as 35 and 40,000 naira or more. But from our projection and with the way the economy is going right now in the country, there is high possibility that a bag of 100 kg groundnut, that is 100 kg bag, can go as high as 45,000-50,000, can go as high as that. So it's a very good time for you to consider investing in groundnut farming. In Sonerin Group Network, we have made the provision for anybody investing. You regardless of your location, anywhere you are in the world, whether you are in the United States, United Kingdom, France, anywhere you are in the world, you can partner with us and invest in the groundnut farming. Then investment is in categories. The least investment actually is 50,000 naira, and 50,000 naira is if you are going by an exchange rate of 400 naira to $1. We are talking about $125 just for you to invest in groundnut farming, and there is a high possibility of you making 100% return of this investment in 3 to 4 months thereafter. There is a very high possibility of you making 100% return on your investment when you invest in groundnut farming. So it's a very good business considering what your investment target is like. If you are looking at farming a plot of land, an acre of land, an hectare of land, it all depends on your investment strength. But this is a product that when you go into it, the returns is going to make you happy. If at all you didn't even get anything much, you should be looking at something between the range of 80% return on investment or 100% return on investment, meaning that you are going to have your initial investment back and almost the same amount will also come back, making it double for you. So consider investing in groundnut farming. The country right now is experiencing food scarcity, and the best anyone can do now is to invest in agriculture, because humans need food, animals need food, and if you are investing in agriculture, you are doing the right thing. You are protecting or preserving humanity, you are preserving animals. We have our pets, we are preserving them, and we are also going to make money. So if you have any question, feel free to drop your question in the comment section. Let me know where you are chatting from, Let me know where you are watching this video from. Let me know if you have gone through our other videos. Now, I have a YouTube channel where you can always have access to these videos. You can simply go to bit.ly/Joseph Bankole. bit.ly/Joseph Bankole. The link is actually in my TikTok bio there. You can just click the link and check out my YouTube videos. I talk basically on business. So my live session, I mostly talk on business, investment opportunity for anyone, anywhere, all over the world to invest in. And investing with Sonerin Group Network makes your investment secure because we are registered with Corporate Affairs Commission here in Nigeria. Our company is duly registered, so that is a kind of security for your investment. We'll be looking forward to having you on board as one of our investors. Do have a wonderful day ahead. Sonerin Group Network, making life better.